Hi, we're the BookToktors. I'm AK Mulford.
And I'm Ann Kemp, and we are here to help authors on their social media journey. We want you to build community, have fun, and get out there and sell your books.
If you want even more social media support and marketing support, plus bonus content, you can check out our Patreon community at patreon.com/BookToktors. And welcome to our newest patron, Kylie.
Hi, Kylie. Welcome.
Welcome. Welcome to the circus that is social media.
The carnival.
Yeah, and speaking of circuses and carnivals, we are talking about the silly season today
Are
and
we
how we
ever?
can prepare for it, aren't we?
Yes. I mean, I think because we both have definitely been around the block with this at this point. Not all, I mean, personally, we all know that it gets super crazy at the holidays, but I think too, when we're operating our own businesses as authors, I don't know about you guys, but I am such a planned person in life and in things. But for some reason at the holidays, I always feel like I'll get it all done. There's that 10 days. Like I was saying, the 20th to the 30th around January 3rd. I've got plenty of time. You never do. And I always this year I'm looking ahead at all of those moments so that I can actually plan and schedule because I'm having my holiday this year.
Yes, time seems to evaporate around the holidays. Like we always think that we're going to have that time. And we also, I think, when we run our own businesses, we never stop working, even in our minds, even if we've decided we're not going to pick up our laptop that day. And so having that mental turnoff time, I think we're going to talk a little bit more about next week, but like I feel like planning and preparing for that so that you can feel like you've got yourself covered and you can take that time to shut off for a little bit is so important. So we're going to talk about some strategies of
Yeah.
things we can do this time to prepare a little bit more, or just, even ways that you can kind of wing it in the moment a little bit easier than you
Yes.
normally would be posting. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Because there's no right way to do it. Like if you're a planner like me, I mean, and I'm not even a full planner. I'm a half-assed planner. So it's like I will get the images organized and then I'll make sure they're in my phone. Or if I have the time, I'm sitting down Creator Studio or whatever third party manager I'm using to help schedule, and I'll take the time to get it all done. But most of the time now, I will prepare my posts in my notes app on my computer because since it links up with my phone, that way if I'm out on the fly, go, I meant to post today, copy paste and get it up and I've got it ready to go. But yeah, taking it that step for me this year is to make sure everything is scheduled, but then going back in because I do want to engage, but I also know I want to take a step back from engagement, which I think we're going to be talking about in next week's episode.
Yeah, a little bit more about the boundary side.
But
But
it's
yeah,
planning,
yeah,
planning,
exactly. So the first step before setting those boundaries is planning so that you can.
planning.
And yeah, I think, batching content is a great way to do that, and you can batch content in different stages where it's just you have a list of ideas, we have a list of like a bunch of recorded videos in your drafts that maybe they don't have the titles and emojis and stickers on them yet. Or you could have ones that are fully done, ready to go. They already have the hashtags in them, they've got the stickers in them, they're ready to hit post. And those types of videos are golden. If you have 7 of those, you have your entire Christmas week,
Yes.
or what a holiday week sorted. So having those ready to go, ready to post, and you even having a few evergreen sounds, trending sounds. There's going to be a lot of Christmas sounds that are trending and like snowy jingle belly sounds. Using those is a great way to just kind of like save up over the holidays, or batch up a few of your more bookish content as well, because you might be able to grab a few holiday moments on the fly during that week
Yeah.
easier too. Because I'm less of a planner than you are. I'm more of a pantser when it comes
Yeah.
to social. I'm a social media pantser. And I feel like the holidays are a time when we're not necessarily always selling as hard. We're more kind of community building. We're more sharing with our followers what we're up to, maybe
True.
like sharing some videos of recipes that we're making, or, you know, the tree, or, you know, like presents, or just, you know, a cool cocktail you always whip up, you know, things like that. And people love that. And that's great content. And it can be 5 seconds and really easy to make. So thinking about all of those things, maybe you can make up 4 or 5 of those in one meal that you're making, and then have those saved to share throughout the week, you know? So there's a lot of ways you can batch content. And if you want the content to be like one more personal, one more book related, maybe you have a few aesthetic videos or page flips, or you lip syncing to a funny sound right now that's about a book, and then intersperse that with more holiday related content. Yeah.
Yeah, because when you're also looking at, if you're doing your Facebook and Instagram post as well, and you're thinking of those, and somebody out there right now, your mind is going to go, because this is how insane that I get with it. Like, I've got my daily thing written down, like this graphic goes up for Instagram and for my Facebook author page. This one goes for the VIP group. And I want to take this one from TikTok to go over to Pinterest. So it is about like repurposing and planning. And I know it sounds insane, but when it's November now, when we're doing this, and by the end of the month, I plan on having my graphics ready for that 20th through the 3rd of January. Because that one thing, not only in author land, but just out there in marketing world for everybody, once we get to Black Friday, no matter where you are in the world, because so many parts internationally have glommed on to this insane American thing that we do, where everybody goes out at midnight on Thanksgiving to fight for material goods. But whatever, I digress. People check out. They just start checking out. So go ahead and because you're going to check out. We don't mean to, we start stepping back because it is nice to slow down. So start thinking about it now. And even if you only get a Merry Christmas graphic and a Happy New Year graphic done, like something branded for you as an author, and you schedule those for yourself, and you can use Creator Studio for Facebook and Instagram, get it put up, get it scheduled, walk away and it's done, and it'll be a nice thing to go out. Think about it now. And then for TikTok as well, like you're saying, there are so many, like Michael Bublé and Mariah Carey are all over that thing right now. You guys,
Yeah, already.
I've been using them, so like, but they're really appearing all over the place. But yeah,
and it's a great time to stock up if you're doing any Christmas promos. Like, a lot of us see a little bump in sales over Christmas.
Yes.
So, you know, whatever you're trying to get people to do, start making the content for that now. And you can kind of like batch that up as well. Like, I'm starting to make content of like, you know, like, hey, you might want to sign up to my newsletter because I'm having something special is going out in it over Christmas, you know, like those sorts of things, those little teasers. Start pushing people towards those things now. You could make 3 or 4 of those. You might need to tell people a few times because everybody's trying to get people's attention this time of year. And so having that as some of your content interspersed with some more funny content or relatable content or beautiful aesthetic content, you know, I feel like is good to have just ready to go. So that you're doing that maybe even once a week in the lead up to what you want them to be doing. If you have a Christmas sale on, if you have, you know, a special newsletter going out, if you have a promo happening, or if you even just want to say like, oh, hey, this would make a great Christmas present, you know?
Yeah. And, you know, I'm even think there are usually between 600 and 800 authors every year that get together for Zoe Bub. And if you don't know what Zoe Bub is, all I'm going to say is Zoe York is a goddess. What's on Zoe Bub? Yeah. We love you, Zoe York.
If you're listening.
Hi. But no, when Zoe puts this amazing Zoe Bub together, like I'm thinking ahead to that. What book am I going to use? What book is going to be free for that I'm going to be gifting out to readers that day? And I'm going to make the graphic and get all that sorted ahead of time because it's happening this year during that holiday spell. And it's one of those things I'm going to want to engage because I'm also going to want to go download some free books because there are going to be so many out that day. But it's also going to be during my time that I really want to mentally check out, that I want to be laying on my couch or in the backyard. I want to be soaking up sun. I want to be out on my paddleboard or on the jet ski, or I'm watching Bravo in my
Yes.
underwear. Like I don't want to be promoting anything or banging on.
Right. Yeah. So start getting photos of, your books under the tree or in a stocking or,
Yeah,
like a cute little like
that's
mistletoe
cute.
next to your book,
Oh my gosh.
those little, yeah, like those little videos. Now, I say this knowing I'm probably not going to do
And
it.
I'm like, mental note, it'll never happen. And but man, that's a great idea, Allie.
Yeah, these are best practices.
Yeah.
This is also me knowing myself and knowing my brain, and that I create less of the beautiful content of a book in a stocking and more of me telling a funny anecdote of how I burnt Christmas dinner.
Exactly. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
will be my content, I'm sure, coming up. Is I like to grab those little impromptu moments and share something funny about it. But I am already saving up some of my kind of more humorous content to be going out over Christmas. Just like,
Yeah.
I have more videos than I will post in a day saved up so that I have things I can just grab so that I don't have to think about it at the time and I can give myself permission to just turn off. But yeah, be thinking about that. Be thinking like as you're going about setting up for things, what else can you do and show people and bring people along the journey with you so that when those weeks come where it's chaotic, you can tune it out. So
Yes.
this is our kind of like, hey, start thinking about these things now. Think
Yes.
about
Plan it
all the
now.
stuff you're going to want to promote or tell people about, and maybe get those all stocked up and saved so that you can tune off a little more. And it's okay, if you're not cooking as rapidly, putting as much
Yeah.
content out over the holidays. People aren't looking for it as much. So yeah,
Yeah. And
get
also I was
prepared,
gonna
batch your content, have a
batch.
schedule.
And even when it comes to your hashtags, go ahead now. Think about like put your hashtags off to the side, have them ready to go for both TikTok and Instagram. Because again, always remember 2 different social media platforms, treat those tags each differently and with respect. But yeah, have it all set up for yourself. And honestly, too, if you sit down to do it, it feels, and this is when I've worked with people in the past. I've sat with them and you can just see when somebody is getting, they get the little knot in their brow furrows. And like, oh my God, you can only plan it for how you can do it. Some people can go like into in the sauna is working for me right now. I have a calendar. I use the calendar version in there where a week ahead of time I've been writing down what I need to do on each platform for IG and Facebook, for TikTok, for Pinterest, for each thing. So when I sit down at my desk in the morning, I'll pull up that calendar and look and go, what do I need to do? And then every Monday, I'm looking ahead for the next week. So what will work for you at this time? Is it writing it down with a pencil? Is it putting it in your calendar? Is it scheduling, sitting down one day and taking 2 hours and just saying, I'm going to block out the next 2 hours and make it happen? Because you can get it all done in 2 hours.
Yeah, that's where I'm at now, where I have a notes app on my phone of ideas I want to create or share, funny little stories or little snippets of things. And right now is the time where I'm putting energy into recording all of those ideas. And then I will have those all saved in a draft so that I can just pick one when I feel like it and post it over the next month or so.
Nice.
Yeah.
Before we sign, because I mean, we've definitely given you guys all the ways to prepare. I can't think of anything else besides saying, if you need further help, you'll want to hire a PA to help you.
Exactly.
But
Yeah, for
definitely
sure. But
this
work
should
with the
be a deal.
process that works for you and your brain. You probably have a system already, so make sure you're using that. Yeah.
Yeah, use it or tweak yours, but make sure like you want to have fun. And when you come back next week too to listen to the podcast, which we hope you do, we're definitely going to be talking about what that engagement's going to look like over the holidays and some best practices for your mental health for stepping back and taking care of yourself. But I want to ask you, Allie, this is a
Yes.
question to end on today.
Mm.
Because I've been looking ahead to the end of the year and knowing that building community is such a big part of what I'm doing right now, going, how can I give back to my community? And I'm thinking about doing some fun little gift into my newsletter subscribers, especially, do something for them, like one of my books for free or gifting them something of that type of thing. I don't know. I'm playing with ideas and I'd love to hear from you what you do at this time of year or how you might
Yeah.
play with your community.
I am, well, have a few things going out. I have a special spicy character art scene, sleigh ride scene, going out on my Patreon. And then for my newsletter and
Nice.
for my wider community, I have a novella that I wrote ages ago, that I've just been sitting on. I'm changing it, making it more Christmassy. And it's going to go out over Christmas, my Christmas newsletter. And I'm formatting it in vellum to also have some like extra things. So it's going to have a recipe at the back that's like featured in it. So like a little Christmassy recipe in the back of the novella. And also I'm going to have like a little note at the front as like happy holidays to all of my readers in the ebook as well. So that's going to it'd be like a little special thing that goes out in my newsletter as a little happy holidays to everyone. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. Well, that's some lucky people on your subscriber list that are going to be getting that for a gift. That is for sure.
Yes, exactly. My little way of giving back and hopefully giving them a little bit more fun things to read over the holidays.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. All right, you guys. Well, that's us for today. We are all set.
Yeah, we'll see you next week for your next appointment with the BookToktors.